We're going to make this rocking, jacking bass line on the Roland S-1. It's 32 steps long. I'm going to take you through the whole video stage by stage because I found it quite difficult at first, to create any bass lines on the Roland S-1. You can hear it playing in the background. Well, please like, subscribe and follow, please, and let's just get on with it. We're going to make some jacking and rocking bass line in this video. It's 32 steps long. These are the steps we're going to use and the notes. So if you want to take a photograph of those notes, I'll just write them down. Those are the steps and notes for both of them. I can drop in that video anyway as a section. So this is the sound we're going to make. It's a really nice bass line. It's got some movement to it, all created on the S1 with no other effects, created on the S1. And it's to really help you start your journey on the Roland S1, which I found it quite difficult at first. So that's the rocking, jacking bass line we're gonna start off with first of all. But let's just go into and find a blank track on there. I think it's 410 or something I found that was blank. And this is just to show that this is just reset back to the beginning, completely reset back to the beginning. And I say it isn't hard to make this, just follow it step by step. But when you've made it, you can actually, make your own bass lines and make your own melodies. It's just such a simple way to approach it. So what we're going to do first of all is just see what notes are in there. It's C5 as standard, and I'm going to start to put the notes in there. So C5 as standard, so you don't put in, look for the gaps I'm putting in there. So C5 again, going to have a gap, and then we're going to actually put, I'm sure it's D5 or D sharp 5, yeah, D05 is D sharp 5. So I'm starting now to lay down the notes in the first 16 of the 32 note, bass line. So just follow exactly what I'm doing there, gaps. The green screen at the front showed you where the notes were going to go and the gaps, or the sequence I should say. So hopefully you'll find that okay. And then C5, and then I think is it F sharp? It's a peculiar note I use, but I do actually like it. And it just made a nice melody. So the gaps are making the melody and also the change the notes. But what I've done, I've stayed in C5 just to make the adjustments and make the melody work. So that's quite nice. Now that's the actual bass sound I've put in there. So you can hear the melody, but we're going to change that. We're going to drop it down a few octaves. We're going to give it some bass. We're going to put some sub on there, just so you can actually see, what there is and where it is. And then what we're going to do next is just go into the next. We're going to go into last, and we're going to actually increase the steps to 32. So I've just pressed it. I've just pressed Shift and key number 4, and that means you can go up to 64. But we're just going to do 32. Then we're going to press. Should I say? You can see on the right hand side you've got porto on, porto time. If you press that, and then you actually press the, I think it's the step key to remember. You can actually, that's it, press that, and that takes you step and porto time. Means you're going to the next set of 16 steps. So the first ones are filled in, the second ones are completely blank. So you can't get it wrong because you've already done the first 16. So you're going to do the second 16 steps now. As you can see, C5 is already in there as standard, and you can start to actually put the C5s in and start to change the notes just as you did in the first 16. If you unpress them and just turn the tempo value knob, you can go up or down in the scale as well. I did actually change this at the end because I was experimenting, but it's really just exactly the same. It's the same sound, the same output, so you can see the gaps. All I'm doing is referring to that green, card I had, or that green video, just so that you can see what I'm doing and what I'm looking at. Maybe a slight delay, but this is really showing you how to make a great bass line. C5. The last note, I'm sure it's F. Is it D sharp 5? Isn't it? Anyway, just follow what I'm doing exactly. Follow the card I've shown you. Yeah, and that's going to be F sharp 5 right at the end. So if we just press play there, you can hear the melody that I created, that I showed at the beginning. Now what you need to do is actually just shape this. Very, very easy to shape and to change. On this, I've actually turned the sub right down because when you increase the sub, you get a nice bass. So that's where the volume is now. You can change the last few notes to taste. It just creates the melody, that's all. So you can hear what's happening now. I'll start to change the range of the notes down, or the octaves down. I'm going to start to increase the sub. I mean, you can hear the melody now already, but you can shape it to what you want. Listen to that. Put some reverb on there, and it's beginning to take shape, and it's beginning to be a rocking, kicking bass line. frequency plays quite a part as well, because the frequency adds frequencies and takes them away. You can also, you know, use both of the oscillators at the top there to add bass and take bass away. There's another trick I'm going to show you in a few seconds to even take it lower octaves. So you've got a nice bass there. Now that bass, you just make your own. You know, you've got a nice bass line. I think the hardest bit on this, or what I learned, was actually putting the notes in then. Opening the release changes the complete shape of the note as well. Now you can hear the sounds there. But I'm going to do, I think, one final adjustment, which is going to be going into transpose and pulling it down. The other thing to do here is to make the track unison, because unison gives it more shape and chorus gives it more shape. So I've got a very nice bass line going there. If you had some drums, you've cracked it. Just tweak it to shape, just decide exactly what you'd like to do here. So it's just really punchy, way above its weight now. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into, yeah, I think we'll go into the poly and make it unison. So immediately you've got 3 or 4 saws on top of each other's. Let's just listen, this is how good the Roland sounds, it's just fabulous. Then I've got just, I think it's just one more trick up the sleeve, maybe 2. And I'm going to go into the chorus and just add some chorus to it now. So you've got a really nice sound coming out of a £152, you know, synthesizer. It's fantastic. So I'm just shaping the sound. You can just shape it how you want. Right, let's just go into shift and menu number 15 and go into go into chorus. Press number 2. You hear immediately the chorus kicks in there. Even more. I think you've got 5 chorus shapes on there, but that's fine. So the sound is almost complete there. If you want, you can actually go to shift and menu and then go and find transpose, TRN, and you can go either up or down the notes. So you can hear I'm going deeper now. You might decide to get up to there, but it sounds really complete now. What I do right at the end of the video, just so you know, I actually put some drums and hi-hat on.